For the USSSA Pride, the city of Round Rock has been their home away from home. We welcome you to the Dell Diamond in Round Rock, Texas for a National Pro Fast Pitch League doubleheader tonight. It's 1 versus 2. The Chicago Bandits taking on the USSSA Florida Pride. As we welcome you into our broadcast, so glad to have you with us tonight here from the Lone Star State alongside Barbara Jordan. I'm Bernie Gunther. Well, Barbie, take a look at this USSSA Florida Pride. This road trip has really woken up the bats for them. They have been so hot at the plate, and they have an opportunity to take the series tonight if they can pick up one of these 2 wins tonight.
I think what the Pride need to do is it's their pitching right now. The Bandits have only mustered 1 run in these 2 games, but also on the offensive side, the Pride have really come alive. They've really come together. And
probably one of the biggest reasons is Natasha Wadley. Early in the season, she was playing with Japan. Now she's joined this USSSA Pride team, and she is so good in the leadoff spot.
Well, she's great in the leadoff spot, and she's done it for so many years. And when you watch her just take that ball, bounce it into the ground, she is poetry in motion, and really it's a great joy to watch her.
Well, the Chicago Bandits have struggled hitting the ball last night. They were held to just 2 hits by Kat Osterman's pitching. They're trying to find their group, but the one thing they've seen is great defense by Megan Wiggins. Can she get the big hit tonight?
If anybody can get the big hit, it's Megan Wiggins, last year's Player of the Year, 2-time reigning home run champion. So I look for Megan Wiggins to step in and be ready tonight.
Twice the fun tonight from the Dell Diamond. We'll have the USSSA Florida Pride and the Chicago Bandits in a doubleheader coming up next. USSSA is the world's premier sports organization with over 4 million participants. The top youth baseball stars compete at the Wilson DeMarini Elite World Series and the Louisville Slugger Championship, looking to qualify for the USSSA National Youth Championships. In fast pitch, the top teenagers are on the field with USA Select, and the best in the world are on the USSSA Florida Pride. Nationwide Conference USSSA provides the ultimate challenge in slow pitch softball. At every level, you play the best when you play USSSA.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
It's a beautiful night here in Round Rock. Dell Diamond, the site of the National Pro Fast Pitch League presented by USSSA. Chicago Bandits looking for their first win in this series. This is their batting lineup tonight. Emily Allard returns back to the lineup. She's followed by Zimquist at second. Wiggins hits third. Kristen Butler in the cleanup hole. She's followed by Brittany Cervantes, who leads the league in RBIs and home runs. Tammy Williams at short. Elisa Goller, the designated player. Caitlin Castillo in right field. And Cheyenne Coyle rounds out the lineup for the Chicago Bandits as they go up tonight against Olivia Galati.
Olivia Galati has done fantastic in her first year with the Florida Pride. You take a look at Galati, she throws a low rise for a strike. She'll come and she'll make you chase her rise ball out of the zone.
Perfect 2-0 on the season. She's worked 21 2/3 innings. She was so good last year for the New York, New Jersey Comets, and she's continued her brilliance as she's moved over to her new team tonight. Emily Allard leads things off. It's Allard, Zimkowitz, and Megan Wiggins for a Chicago Bandits team that's really looking for something special offensively tonight after being held to just 2 hits last night.
Well, Allard was out of the lineup last night. They said possible pregame injury, and they missed her in the lineup.
Popped up, and probably the biggest returner for the USSSA Pride back out in center field as you see Caitlin Lowe come in and make the catch for out number 1.
Lowe missed the last 2 games. She was at a family obligation, but she's right back in the swing of things as she gets to start in center field tonight.
So 1 away, and that'll bring up Danielle Zimkowitz. Not a bad start to throw just 2 pitches to record the first out of the game.
Last night in the Bandits lineup, we saw a lot of power towards the top of the lineup, and tonight we see the speedsters back at 1 and 2. Zimkowitz, she's leading the league in base hits. She's gotten off to a fantastic start in 2014.
Into left, and Natasha Wadley steps 2 steps and records out number 2. And it was interesting because we talked to USSSA Pride head coach Jerry Glasgow before the game about Natasha Wadley making that move into left field, and he said that it was one of those situations where he just stepped in and said, hey, you're going to be the starting left fielder. How do you feel about it?
I like that, and I like that Jerry Glasgow was direct with her instead of fiddling around and figuring out who's going to be at shortstop. The general manager, Don DiDonatis, told him, hey, Madison Chipman, she's going to be the future of this organization. So they moved Watley out to left, and now they have the advantage of having them both in the lineup.
Well, we talked about Megan Wiggins needing a big hit tonight and said we're going to see a fly out to right field. So a fly out to center, fly out to left, and fly out to right. It's a 1-2-3 first. Pride coming to the plate for the first time when we come back.
Get ready for world-class softball, Southern style. The National Pro Fast Pitch Championship is coming to the Hoover Met Stadium in Hoover, Alabama, August 20th through the 23rd. You'll watch the best players on the planet battle it out for the championship trophy. Players like All-American and Olympians Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott. Don't miss the NPF Championship August 20th through the 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets now at npfchampionship.com.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, we are the CF7.
Well, USSSA Florida Pride coming to the plate for the first time tonight. And this is a look at Jerry Glasgow's lineup. Wadley leads things off, followed by Caitlin Lowe. DeSalvatore third, Shipman in the cleanup hole. Andrea Duran at third behind her. Kelly Crutchman. And it's going to be Sandberg, Megan Willis, and Courtney Seo, the lineup for the USSSA Florida Pride tonight. And how about that start for the Pride defensively? All 3 of the outfielders making the big play. Tonight, they are going to go up against the Chicago Bandits pitcher, and Ellen Renfro getting the start. She's 1-3 on the season. She's worked 10 2/3 of an inning.
Ellen Renfro in her rookie season, and she's in that learning curve that we see a lot of rookies have in the NPF, but make no doubt, Ellen Renfro is a competitor. She has all the pitches. Her go-to pitches arise, and I'd look for her to use her changeup a lot tonight to try to keep the balance of the Pride batters off balance.
Wadley, Lowe, and DeSalvatore the first 3. And I'm not sure there's a better top 3 anywhere in the entire world potentially than those 3, the way they've been hitting the ball. And into center. And Megan Wiggins, doesn't she make it look easy out there?
Well, she was positioned exactly where you need to be with Natasha Watley. Position yourself center to left. That's the side of the field she uses the most. So a nice job by Wiggins, putting herself in the right position to make that play.
So Watley is retired for out number 1. That brings to the plate Caitlin Lowe.
And there you can see everybody drawn in on the infield, respecting Caitlin Lowe's speed and her ability to do the short game.
Big impact player for the Pride, having Caitlin Lowe back in the lineup. And you were talking about earlier how much better she has gotten since Natasha Wadley has returned to the lineup.
Well, I think they go together. I think they've been a 1-2 punch for so many years. So I think, you know, when your one's missing it too, you're like, hey, you know, you just don't have that same rhythm.
And that 1-2 punch is so special in the lineup. And one of the two is going to get aboard as Caitlin Lowe has a base hit.
Well, Cheyenne Coyle, who's getting a rare start at third base today for Amber Patton. And you see Lowe just go right at her. She lines it off of Coyle's glove. And really, Coyle has no play once she picks up the ball because Lowe's speed is so great.
And officially, they're going to score it as an error. Gianna DeSalvatore, 25 years old, from UCLA. And Lowe on to second.
So that ball gets away from Butler. Lowe easily into second base. And this is where the Pride have been really good so far this series, is when they have runners in scoring position, they've been able to come up with that clutch hit.
One who better to be at the plate to try to bring in an RBI than Gianna DeSalvatore. Three and 0. That's a big pitch there by Ellen Renfro to finally get a strike, because certainly not easy here having to deal with DeSalvatore and then Madison Shipman.
Well, DeSalvatore so good in RBI situations. Very dangerous. It's like a go light goes on when she sees runners in scoring position.
Out to left, and Emily Allard makes the play. Second out.
And that's a big out for Ellen Renfro, and this is exactly what she needs to do. Renfro, a strikeout pitcher at Tennessee, and she'll get her fair share, but really she needs to make sure she lets her defense support her as well.
And how do you like this matchup? Two Tennessee Lady Vols battling here. They must know so much about one another.
Yeah, but you have to look at these two played together their 4 years at the University of Tennessee, but how many times have they faced off?
2-0. And I'm sure Renfro is very much aware of what Shipman can do if she makes solid contact. Two and one.
There you see Renfro coming with change of speed, see if she can get Shipman to bite on it.
Three and one. And Shipman's going to draw a walk. And I don't think there's any real good options, because Andrew Duran's coming to the plate, and she is the one that ignited the offense for the Pride 2 nights ago with a 3-run home run.
Duran having a fantastic series so far, 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, so she's been seeing the ball well, making great contact.
First pitch upstairs, a ball. This is going to be the 19th pitch of the first inning for Andrew Duran.
And this is where Renfro needs to be careful. She's fallen behind the batters, and against a power hitting team like the Pride, it can be very dangerous. Duran in a great position here with a 2-0 count and 2 runners on base. She knows Renfro has to go right at her.
Woo. 2-1. Renfro was 1 out away from getting out of a huge jam here in the first inning. Ground ball, and it gets past Tammy Williams. You don't see that often, and the Speedy Low is going to come in from second to score.
Well, you see Tammy Williams hitting her chest after that, like, my bad, I should have had it, but it was a well-hit ball. And let's take a look how sharply this ball is hit. And you see Williams' ball just got behind her where she could, before she reached out her glove, stretched out for it. But I think that's a sharp hit ball. But somebody as good as Tammy Williams thinks she should have had it.
Well, you heard the comment last night by Andy Williamson talking about Monica Abbott and allowing her first 2 earned runs of the season. She said that if there's anybody that felt like she could make it through the entire season without allowing an earned run, it was Monica Abbott. I'm sure that Tammy Williams feels like there's just about nothing that should be able to get by her at shortstop. A big cut there by Kelly Crutchman. Tammy Williams, a former shortstop at Northwestern for the Wildcats. Not playing too far away, about 30 minutes from Evanston, Illinois, at the ballpark at Rosemont now for the Chicago Bandits. And man, has she impressed in this league since her rookie campaign. 1-2 to Crutchman. And that one loops over the head of Tammy Williams, and they're going to wave around Madison Shipman. And this time they say that the ball got there before Madison Shipman. And that's the 3rd out. Pride with an early lead. Great throw by Emily Allard, just waiting for Madison Shipman.
I dream. I dream.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
It was a lifetime in the making.
4 years of over-the-top hard work, dedication, and sweat. Together we fought to the end and rose to the top.
A national championship is something that we dreamed about, but we knew it wasn't over. How can you hang them up when you're just getting started?
Now, here we are again, fighting for an NPF championship.
The hard work, dedication, and sweat starts all over again.
We've been to the top before, we'll be there again.
And when we got to the bigs and it was our show, we knew there's no other equipment that we choose.
Well, back-to-back nights, Kristen Butler has been involved in a play at the plate that was very, very close.
Let's go back and take a look. This is last night's play at the plate where RT Cantillo throws a strike to Butler, who hangs on for the ball. And Washington was clearly out, but obstruction was called, and that was the turning point of the game.
And we got an opportunity to talk to Kristen Butler before the game about that play.
Well, you know, those are always the tough ones, because those are ones that are tough to overrule, being that, you know, that's really the only umpire that's calling that play at the plate. You know, it was a turning point, I think, in the game for sure, with a 0-0 score at that point. And obviously, any game against Cat Osterman, you're looking to obviously keep the score as low as possible and scratch off 1 or 2 runs as you can. So I thought, it was a kind of a little bit of a momentum shift. Again, one team's got to score to win anyway. So, you know, I thought we held on. And again, we had great at-bats against Cat all night. You know, we're just looking for something to fall in, you know, to get us back into that game. But, you know, those are tough calls.
A tight play at the plate. And, of course, Kristen Butler believe that the Bandits got the best of that opportunity, and then back-to-back nights it goes down to a bang-bang play at the plate. And we'll have to take a look, but that was awfully close a moment ago for the third out. Butler, a real veteran of the league. Let's take a look at the final out.
And that's a tough call right there. I think that one, the Bandits got a favorable call because it looks like Shipman's foot clearly got in.
Grounded foul, it's 2-2. Just often you're not seeing any makeup calls, if you will, from the call last night, but that one may be favorable for the Bandits here tonight. But nevertheless, the biggest thing Chicago needs to worry about at this point is getting some offense going. We mentioned earlier, held to just 2 hits last night. And I think you take a look at where they are in the standings, you're probably surprised the fact that they started off this campaign 8-8. Butler popped up, and the one that she tagged will make the play for the first out here in the second inning.
Well, I think if you take a look at the Bandits roster, they've added a lot of new faces this year. They've added a new coach in Shane Winkler. So a lot of new faces in the dugout. I think it's like anything, when you have a lot of newness, it takes a little bit of time to find your rhythm and to get to know how the system's going to work.
Brittany Cervantes at the plate. Surprisingly enough, she hasn't been a real big factor so far in this series.
I think with that, you have to give credit to the Pride pitchers so far, because so far in the first 2 games, they have really limited the Bandit batters and have kept them relatively quiet offensively. But the one thing that's scary about the Bandits offense is when they do put it together, they can really unload. They have a lot of power in their lineup up and down.
Galati looking for her first strikeout of the ball game. That was one of the, I guess, parts that Galati had to get used to last year. She was a real big strikeout pitcher back in college, but she just didn't rack up the Ks last season when she was a part of the New York, New Jersey Comets.
I think one of the nice things about seeing Galati on the Pride this year is that she's fresh. She threw almost every game for Hofstra her senior year. She led the nation in strikeouts with over almost 395 strikeouts her senior year. So she threw almost all the games, and she came into the league, I would say, you know, fatigued after her senior year, and then she got the bulk of the Comets innings last season as well, so it's nice to see her fresh. And you can see she's got a very lively arm.
One and two. Two balls and two strikes.
That's a nice off-speed pitch by Galati, just missing. Very good discipline by Cervantes, laying off of that.
And just as we saw the Bandits do last night against Kat Osterman, from 0-2 to 3-2, good patience for Cervantes. Three-two. This one hit well, hit back, and gone. The NPF leader in home runs has her first round tripper here in the Lone Star State, and she ties the ball game at a run apiece.
And I'll tell you, that's not only a great feeling for Cervantes, I think it is for the Chicago Bandits. Let's take a look at this swing, and you can hear the crack of the bat way up here as she gets all of this ball and takes it over deep over the center field wall.
And maybe that is the hump that the Bandits needed to get over in the series. We saw them last night have some opportunities early as this one up and inside, and it nearly hit Tammy Williams. She's nothing but smiles. But even in the big Pride win on Thursday night when they won 7-1, there was an opportunity that the Bandits had in the fourth inning with the bases loaded to maybe even take the lead if they could have gotten an extra base hit.
And I think that's been the key so far in this series is the Bandits have not capitalized when they have had runners on base. So it's nice to see Cervantes unload there and get the Bandits on the scoreboard early.
Tammy Williams to right field. Kelly Crutchman back, and it's back-to-back home runs, and Chicago is on top 2-1. Well, just about all the offense this series has come in this one inning for Chicago.
You take a look at Tammy Williams, takes that 1-1 pitch, and she gets all of it. And we talked about hitting being contagious, and there you have back-to-back home runs for the Chicago Bandits here in the second inning.
Lisa Goller now. Base hit, gets past the glove of Madison Chipman. So the Bandits have as many hits here in the second. In fact, more than they did the entire game last night.
We talked about the power and the depth on the Chicago Bandits. Now we're starting to see a little bit of it. And they can be a very dangerous team when they put it all together.
Jessica Brackmonte from Michigan State University is on to run in the place of Elisa Goller. And after the first 4 in a row were retired by Olivia Glady, she looked like she was just cruising along. But you think about that at bat by Brittany Cervantes. She was even well ahead in the count there, but she made her work and finally found a pitch she liked. And down the line, Kaylin Castillo has an extra base hit. Chicago is up 3-1.
So the Bandits have put together 4 hits in a row, the first 2 home runs, then a single, now a double. And their dugout is alive for the first time here at Dell Diamond.
An RBI double by Kaylin Castillo.
Well, she takes this inside pitch and just rips it by Duran deep into the left field corner.
And so Castillo at second as the Bandits are in the 9-hole. Cheyenne Coyle at the plate. It's 0-1 to Cheyenne Coyle, 3-1. Bandits in the lead. And Coyle hits this one deep and up near the wall. Natasha Wadley hauls in out number 2. And as you take a look at the out distribution in the game, every out that the Bandits have recorded has come via the flyout so far tonight.
The Bandits definitely have come out swinging, and they're an aggressive hitting team, so I think that's what we're seeing here early in the game.
The Pride are going to go to the bullpen early on. Chicago with a big inning. Back-to-back home runs by Brittany Cervantes and Tammy Williams. They've tacked down one more. They lead it 3-1. We'll talk to you about the new pitcher when we come back.
I dream. I dream. I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
Most revolutionary thing to happen to sports since the invention of the net. BowNet. Play anywhere, play now. With over 45 styles to choose from in all sports, BowNet is durable, portable, and simple. It sets up in just 60 seconds. See how BowNet's revolutionary patent design has made it the fastest growing supplier of sports nets in the industry. Visit bownet.net to see the complete lineup.
Well, the Bandits' bats have finally come to life here in the Lone Star State. 3 runs here in the top of the second inning, and the Pride bring on Chelsea Thomas in a relief of Olivia Galati.
Chelsea Thomas getting some good innings for the Pride this year. She's got a rise and a drop and a fantastic changeup. So if she can keep the Bandits off balance, that'll be a key, especially here early.
Thomas has worked 14 innings so far this season. She's 2-1 with a 1.50 ERA. Working back off of an injury, she's just really starting to find her form. And Emily Allard comes in and has a single out to left. The 5th hit of the inning for Chicago.
And Emily Allard, a rookie, just will not stop offensively. She picked up a couple hits in the first game here Thursday night, and she's keeping it going again here tonight. Batting over 400 in her rookie season.
And so they're on the corners for Danielle Zimkowitz as Chicago has brought 8 to the plate here in the top of the second. Runner going. Bunt laid down. Durant's going to have to hurry. It's under her glove. Chicago's going to score their 4th run of the ball game, and nobody's covering second, so Zimkowitz says, hey, why not take it? Allard to third, Zimkowitz to second, and it's 4-1 Chicago.
Well, a lot of heads-up base running by the Bandits, and they're putting a lot of pressure on the Pride. Zimkowitz drops the bunt. And there's a little bit of communication gap right there. The ball ends up rolling through. Shipman comes in to get it, leaves second base, and now no one's covering second base. So Zimkowitz goes from first to second.
Megan Wiggins, we talked to you about what she can do at the onset. NPF Player of the Year a season ago, but struggled so far in 2014, hitting just .222. Popped up, and Courtney Seo on the infield makes the play to retire the side. But the Chicago Bandits bats are finally alive here in the Dell Diamond. Brittany Cervantes and Tammy Williams help bucket. The Bandits 4 in the second.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, we are the CF7.
Well, the series so far this season, up until the last two games, very even. The two teams split the 4-game set up in Chicago. And you see Andy Williamson, her arms over the raster, is number 13 for the Chicago Bandits. She told us yesterday that the win really motivated, or the loss, I should say, really motivated the team after Thursday night's game. And now you're finally seeing a little bit of that extra edge here today.
I think when you're rolling along as a team, you just keep going. But when you hit a bump in the road and then you hit another bump in the road, it makes you kind of look inside a little bit and say, what do we need to do to be better? And then you have to say, what do I need to do to be better? And it looks like the Bandits have, hey, they know they're good. And it looks like they've come out and they're real confident and they're staying aggressive.
And so now we'll see how the Pride respond. Kristen Sandberg at the plate. It's Sandberg, Willis, and CO due up. 7, 8, and 9 in the Pride's lineup here in the second. And for Renfro, she's coming into the circle with a completely different feeling here in the bottom of the second inning.
I think it's so key. We saw her fall behind the batters in the first inning. She got out of a big jam just giving up 1 run, but her team just gave her 4 runs. She really needs to try to work ahead of the batters.
Two and one, foul down the line. Sandberg was the Mikan Rookie of the Year her first season in the league. Trying to straighten it out. It's moved a couple lines to the right, if you will, but still well foul. Probably got 2 hits in the bottom of the first, and we're able to produce the first runs of this ball game. Up the middle, Tammy Williams on the move over to Cervantes for out number 1.
Tammy Williams, just a textbook shortstop out there. The way she moves her feet, gets around the ball, makes it look like a routine play. Let's take a look at Williams at shortstop. Look where she actually fields this ball. Almost where second base is. She's got just a bullet arm to get the out at first base.
So 1 away. And here's Megan Willis. I know she was one of those Texas stars that played essentially 20 minutes away at the University of Texas in Austin. And it's got to be so special to come back and play the game you love in the same city that you played your college ball in.
I think for all the players from the University of Texas and Texas A&M as well, There's a fair share of them, and I think it has to be great to come back to your home state. I think that's always a special feeling for anybody.
Popped up. Allard giving chase, and it falls in front of her. A base hit for Megan Willis.
You take a look at that little bit of communication, and if Allard wanted that ball, possibly called it a little bit too late, but that ball's hit high enough where that somebody's got to come up with the catch.
Yeah, you certainly had the feeling when it came off the bat that it was going to be a ball that you'd likely see one of the Bandits get their glove on. Daniel Zimkwitz over to talk to Ellen Renfro as the Pride are going to bring on a pinch runner.
There's a runner at first base, number 20, Bridget Washington.
And Bridget Washington, who was a part of that controversial play at the plate last night, scoring the Pride's first run, is going to come on to run here in the bottom of the second. Jerry Glasgow coming over to talk to Courtney Seo. And it's interesting because he feels now that he's really starting to find his groove in the NPF with his team.
Jerry Glasgow in his first year with the Pride. And I think it takes time. You know, you hear of the big names on the Pride, but it takes time to get to know their personalities, not just off the field, but on the field as well. We've seen him make some good calls with having people come in and pinch hit. And he's saying, hey, I'm starting to learn who hits a drop ball well, who hits a rise ball well.
Courtney Sue is the 5th overall selection in the NPF draft out of the University of Oregon. A long at bat already to Courtney Seo, and it's only the 3rd pitch she's seen.
Seo ahead in the count and with speed on first, a good time for a slap and run here. Put some pressure on the Bandits defense.
On the ground, Tammy Williams. It's a smart play. Hitting the easy out at first. Megan Willis got off to a good jump, and I'm not sure that there was a play at second, and with a comfortable 3-run lead, at this point you'd like to get some outs.
Well, yeah, Washington actually was in to pinch run for Willis. She went on the pitch, and there was great communication down on the field, and Williams, her only decision was to go one to get Seo.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Natasha Wadley with her 2nd plate appearance of the ball game, and she comes to the plate in back-to-back innings for the Pride. And normally that's a sign that you're producing a lot of runs, but in the Pride's case, they've had a lot of opportunities, but that hasn't quite translated into runs so far tonight. One and one.
Everybody clap your hands.
Wadley hitting .375 with an RBI in the season, and we should note that she's only been back playing with the Pride this week since they moved to the Lone Star State. She played in the games against the Akron Racers up in Mansfield, Texas, and of course this is her 3rd game in this series against the Chicago Bandits after playing in the Japanese Professional League. 1-2. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got her. Renfro gets her first strikeout of the ball game, and the Bandits carry a 3-run lead into the 3rd.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add vanishing deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Get ready for world-class softball, Southern style. The National Pro Fast Pitch Championship is coming to the Hoover Mat Stadium in Hoover, Alabama, August 20th through the 23rd. You'll watch the best players on the planet battle it out for the championship trophy. Players like All-American and Olympians Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott. Don't miss the NPF Championship August 20th through the 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets now at npfchampionship.com.
Chicago needs to win both the games today in the doubleheader to even the series at 2 games apiece. They have the lead here, so they're doing their work in the first of 2, and that's the amazing thing about how momentum can shift. Nearly no offense for Chicago until that at bat by Brittany Cervantes, where she really battled against Olivia Galati, who was the starting pitcher for the Pride. She was behind 0-2, continued to battle, work the count to 3-2, and then that home run really started to get things offensively to click for Chicago.
I think anytime offensively your team hits a home run and then back-to-back, it's a big deal, and it really can ignite an entire offense, and I think that's what we saw in the 2nd inning.
Leading off the Bandits, catcher number 10, Kristen Butler.
And so Chicago batted 9 in the 3rd, and Kristen Butler is going to bat in back-to-back innings as the leadoff hitter for Chicago. Last time she faced Olivia Galati, here in the 3rd, she'll face Chelsea Thomas, who came in relief.
Thomas, as you mentioned, didn't see a lot of action last year. She had an injury. So the oppositions really haven't had a lot of at-bats against Chelsea Thomas.
Thomas has worked a 1/3 of an inning and it allowed 1 hit so far. Butler very productive this season, hitting .325. Andrew Duran to DeSalvatore, out number 1 here in the 3rd.
First baseman number 22, Brittany Cervantes.
Well, here is the one that started off the rally an inning ago. And Cervantes this time into center, and it's off the glove of Caitlin Lowe, who nearly made another web gem.
A fantastic effort by Lowe, coming up just short on this. Looks like the ball actually handcuffs Cervantes, and she hits the flare out to shallow center field. And you see Lowe getting as low as she can, just misses that ball as it trickles away from her glove.
Tammy Williams, homered inning ago as well. I feel like when you talk about Chicago, one of the great words to describe them is it's a team that always carries a lot of swagger, and Tammy Williams is one of those players that really always sets the tone in that way.
Well, I think they enjoy themselves.
Grounded to first. Say it's just one foul.
I think anytime, no matter what you're doing, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're having a good time, but you're working hard at the same time, taking care of your business, you know, I think that's what it's all about. I think it keeps you loose, and I think being loose helps you to be able to perform.
1 and 2. Well off the outside corner of the plate. Slow roller, goes foul again. Tammy Williams will try the 2-2 once again. And a ground ball, CO over to Shipman. And the rookie tandem just misses turning 2. Williams is aboard on the fielder's choice, and there's 2 outs in the inning.
So a nice job by Chelsea Thomas keeping that drop ball in and tight on Tammy Williams. And all she can do with it is hit a hard ground ball to CO.
Elisa Golder will re-enter the ball game, and by the way, Jessica Schultz is now in to catch Chelsea Thomas. Both these teams pretty deep as far as catching is concerned. They have a number of options. And Jessica Schultz, in her second year from the University of Oklahoma, won the national championship with the Sooners. And how about the glove by Andrea Duran to retire the side? Last night, it was Chicago with the Web Gems. Tonight, the Pride with their fair share, but they trail by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. USSSA is the world's premier sports organization with over 4 million participants. The top youth baseball stars compete at the Wilson DeMarini Elite World Series and the Louisville Slugger Championship, looking to qualify for the USSSA National Youth Championships. In fast pitch, the top teenagers are on the field with USA Select, and the best in the world are on the USSSA Florida Pride. Nationwide Conference USSSA provides the ultimate challenge in slow pitch softball. At every level, you play the best when you play USSSA.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add vanishing deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Well, they're having a lot of fun today at the Dell Diamond. Another good one. The Chicago Bandits bats have exploded for 7 hits, including 2 home runs, and they lead it 4-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Bernie Gunther, Barbara Jordan, our entire crew, glad you're with us. We got a doubleheader for you tonight. The second game will be live on the air about 30 minutes following the conclusion of this ball game, and we'll get you that official starting time. And the Pride will try to answer against Ellen Renfro as it's low to Salvatore and Shipman here in the bottom half of the 3rd. The Pride scored their only run back in the 1st inning. Kaylin Lowe reached on an air in her first plate appearance. She missed the first 2 games of this series due to personal reasons, and she's going to be 0 for 2 tonight as Amber Patton will fire it over to first for the first out here in the 3rd.
First baseman number 3, Gianna DeSalvatore.
Here's DeSalvatore. Two and 0 to, excuse me, 1-1 to Gianna DeSalvatore, who flew out at her first plate appearance. DeSalvatore into right. Out number 2, and that'll bring up Madison Shipman to the plate. And we have a big Tennessee Lady Vol connection here. Shipman facing her former teammate Ellen Renfro, but also had an opportunity to take on Tennessee legend Monica Abbott.
Facing Monica was it was really exciting for me. I've actually been looking forward to it for a long time. During the season, we tried to kind of plan it so that Monica would come and throw to us at one point, but she wasn't able to make it out. So I was a little disappointed, but definitely have gotten my fair share of at-bats off of her so far.
Well, I'm sure that in her time with Ralph and Karen Weekly with the Tennessee Lady Vols, you got a big opportunity to hear a bunch about Monica Abbott and what she meant to that program, because, you know, when we talked to Connie Clark of Texas and the recruit Kat Osterman meant to the Longhorn program, Monica Abbott was much in the same light for Tennessee. She was a real game changer. This one is going to be caught by Emily Allard at the wall to retire the side. Well, it's a ball game full of web gems. Allard robs Shipman of a home run. Chicago still leading by 3.
Get ready for world-class softball, Southern style. The National Pro Fast Pitch Championship is coming to the Hoover Met Stadium in Hoover, Alabama, August 20th through the 23rd. You'll watch the best players on the planet battle it out for the championship trophy. Players like All-American and Olympians Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott. Don't miss the NPF Championship August 20th through the 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets now at npfchampionship.com.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, we are the CF7.
Well, the NPF Championship Series is going to be Southern style. Speaking of the Tennessee Lady Vols, just right in Tennessee's backyard, and Hoover, Alabama, just outside of Birmingham. The Championship Series will go August 22nd and 23rd. You can go to npfchampionship.com to find out ticket information. There'll be coaches, clinics, umpires camp, and a Jenny Finch camp as well. Tons of excitement surrounding the Championship Series, and it's due to be one of the best and possibly one of the biggest as far as the capacity is concerned there at the Hoover Met.
Well, the Hoover Met seats 10,000, and that would be exciting if they can fill that up, but definitely a great way for the fans to catch NPF at the championship. We talk about some of those events going on. There is a coaches clinic going on with that event, and some of the coaches coming and supporting that event are Clint Meyer from Auburn, Patrick Murphy from the University of Alabama.
Becky Clark is going to come. She's from Southern Alabama.
Marla Townsend from UAB, and then Les Studeman and Van Studeman from University of Alabama Huntsville. Les Studeman and Van Studeman from Mississippi State. So a lot of great knowledge will be around that championship series as well.
Natalie Hernandez is going to pinch hit here to start off action in the 4th. She's from the University of Illinois, Chicago. She signed with the Bandits after making the team by an open tryout. She had 2 RBIs in her first career game. And that's one of the things that the Bandit general manager, Aaron Moore, has had a knack of doing the last couple of years, is finding those gems, especially via the open tryout.
I think they have a great network surrounding that Chicago area. And when they have a gem, somebody close by, I don't know if they've ever missed one.
And Hernandez is down on strikes. So Chelsea Thomas has done well so far in relief. She'll now face Cheyenne Coyle in the 9-hole. Started her collegiate career at the University of Florida, finished it at Arizona State University, and she's getting the nod tonight at third base.
Well, Coyle filling in at third base. Typically, she's a middle infielder, but filling in at third base tonight for Amber Patton, who's at a family obligation. And again, you find somebody that swings the bat well, they're going to find a spot for you on the field. And Coyle was one of the Bandits who came up with the hit last night. And here she is in the lineup again tonight.
2-1 to Cheyenne Coyle. Strike called, it's 2-2. Thomas looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Not on that pitch, but very close. Base hit up the middle for Coyle. And they'll go back to the top of the lineup. A well-hit ball by Chicago's third baseman.
Let's take a look at Coyle in her last at bat. Thomas looks like she's going outside, leaves it over the plate just a little bit. Coyle takes advantage of it and drives it right back up the middle.
So 1 on, 1 out. And here's Emily Allard. Not too bad when you get 3 opportunities to come to the plate in 4 innings, and some much needed offense for the Chicago Bandits. And I'm sure Bill Sokolis, the owner of the Chicago Bandits, a little sigh of relief today, finally seeing the Windy City Bombers get going here in the Lone Star State. Oh, what a good start to this season, hitting .425. Just got a piece, it's 1-1.
Allard out of Northwestern University. She's one of 2 hitters ever to finish with a career batting average over 400, and the other batter being Tammy Williams, the shortstop for the Bandits.
We talked about it on Thursday night. Chicago has done a great job of keeping those Midwestern stars right there at home. The 1-2. It's 2-2 as Chelsea Thomas looks for a second strikeout of the inning. Shane Winkler, first-year head coach for the Chicago Bandits. I'm sure much like his counterpart, as you see a runner going, and the throw is going to be well late. An easy stolen base for Cheyenne Coyle as she's into second and now in scoring position.
And Coyle's going on the pitch, and take a look at Schultz behind the plate. She's so into framing the pitch, she doesn't anticipate Coyle going. And Coyle gets in there easily.
Well, they do get Emily Allard, and she's retired via the strikeout. for the second out of the inning. And that'll give Daniel Zimkowitz another opportunity to pick up an RBI here in this ball game. She's 1 for 2 so far with a single, looking for RBI number 5 on the season. Two and 0 to Zimkowitz. And it's threatening once again here in the 4th inning. They've already plated 8 hits.
We talked about the Bandits being able to capitalize when they have runners in scoring position. And the way the Pride's offense has swung the first 2 games of this series, I know they'd like nothing more than to push another run across here.
3-1. Knocked down by Thomas, over to first, inning over. The Bandits strand a runner, but they lead by 3 as we head to the bottom of the 4th on the Dell Diamond here in Rockford.
I dream. I dream. I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
It was a lifetime in the making.
4 years of over-the-top hard work, dedication, and sweat. Together we fought to the end and rose to the top.
A national championship is something that we dreamed about, but we knew it wasn't over. How can you hang them up when you're just getting started?
Now, here we are again, fighting for an NPF championship.
The hard work, dedication, and sweat starts all over again.
We've been to the top before, we'll be there again.
And when we got to the bigs and it was our show, we knew there's no other equipment that we choose.
Bottom of the 4th inning, Chicago leading 4-1. On Thursday night, it was Andrea Duran who had the big hit against Monica Abbott, helping give the Pride an early lead. And she has had a big series so far against Chicago.
Well, take a look at this shot. She launched it over the right field fence early in the game, and in that game, the Pride never looked back. But Andrea Duran in this series so far, 4 for 6 with 4 RBIs.
And so Duran will try to start something for the Pride here in the bottom of the 4th. Plenty of time left. She had an RBI single in her first plate appearance. She's had some big productivity. And you'd almost say that last season was a breakout season for her offensively, because she's always been known as a very good, solid third baseman defensively. But her career at the plate, especially in the NPF, hasn't been the likes of what you'd think back at her career at UCLA.
Well, I think that Andrea Duran's one of those players that's quiet thunder. She just goes about her business, and I think sometimes she's unnoticed, but I think last year her numbers were so solid, and again this year, right now, batting over 400, I think it's hard to look past her.
2-1. With Renfro working. And it's amazing what momentum can do for you. Just seems like once you start to get in the groove, it just carries and carries and carries. Two and two. Another base hit for Duran in the series. She's aboard for the second time tonight, and the Pride maybe have something going here in the bottom of the fourth as they have their leadoff hitter aboard.
And I think if you're the Chicago Bandits, you keep a close eye on this. Renfro has given them 3 good innings. And they have a lot of depth in that pitching staff.
One on and nobody out. The Pride have 4 hits so far tonight. Kretschmann singled in her first plate appearance, but you remember that throw by Emily Allard was on line and on the money to Kristen Butler, and that ended the inning.
Well, we all know Kretschmann can hit it out with one swing of the bat. She's out of the University of Alabama, the all-time home run leader there.
3-0.
Let's take a look at this pitch to Kretschmann. 2-0 pitch. He's coming on the inside corner. Tough pitch to take, 2-0, but hey, she's in charge up there. She knows what pitch she's looking for, being ahead in the count.
Wasn't that something that Patrick Murphy teaches? Is he's arguably one of the best hitting coaches in the country, and there's a lot of Alabama players that really want to find their pitch, and Kretschmann certainly carried that mentality over into the pro leagues. Popped up, Chang Coyle in foul territory, almost made the basket catch and went in and out of her glove.
And we talk about Coyle, she's usually a middle infielder, so obviously going back on this ball behind third base is a completely different angle. And you see her get around the ball, goes for the over-the-shoulder catch, and just can't quite hang on. But a game like this, you don't want to give a Kelly Kretschmann a second chance.
Pride one on, nobody out, but they trail by 3, and Kretschmann trying to get 2 of them back with one swing of the bat, and she does. Castillo looks up, and no doubt about it, it's 4-3. Chicago on top after the 2-run shot by Kelly Kretschmann.
A great job by Kretschmann, taking advantage of the fact that Coyle does not bring in that foul ball, and she makes him pay. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game with the Bandits holding on to the lead. Let's take a look at Kretschmann. Great job through the zone, and there's no doubt that that ball was leaving the park in a hurry.
One big swing, and Chicago is going to bring in a new pitcher. We'll tell you about the new Bandit pitcher as the Pride have made it a 1-1 ball game with a big swing by Kretschmann.
I dream.
I dream.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
Most revolutionary thing to happen to sports since the invention of the net. BowNet. play anywhere, play now. With over 45 styles to choose from in all sports, BowNet is durable, portable, and simple. It sets up in just 60 seconds. See how BowNet's revolutionary patent design has made it the fastest growing supplier of sports nets in the industry. Visit bownet.net to see the complete lineup.
Well, it's all about making the big play, and Cheyenne Coyle had an opportunity to make a play that maybe wasn't routine, but certainly would have been a game-changing play.
Well, it definitely would have been a great catch over the shoulder, but she wasn't able to hold on to it. And that gave Kelly Kretschmann, one of the best hitters in the league, a second chance, and she took advantage of it as she hit it out of the park.
And so Chicago brings in a new pitcher, and Michelle Gascoigne now in relief.
Gascoigne in her second season. The thing about Gascoigne is she has great spin. We're going to see a lot of up-down, and she's also got a very effective changeup.
She faces Kristen Sandberg. Gascoigne 1-2 so far this season. She's worked 23 in a third inning, 2.10 ERA. And on the infield, Cervantes with a big play. Well, finally, a little break in the momentum for the Pride as they get that out.
Number 18, Jessica Schultz.
Jessica Schultz came in to catch. And now she'll get her first opportunity at the plate.
Take a look, she's aggressive on the first pitch and just drills it down into her toes. And you know that's gotta hurt.
And she's going for the tie. Ball game back deep. Castillo, no doubt about it. 2 home runs for the Pride in the fourth, and they've clawed back from a 3-run deficit to tie it 4-4.
Jessica Schultz with her first home run of the season. And she was facing her former teammate, who she did a lot of catching for at Oklahoma. And she's used to seeing these pitches, and she takes that up pitch and drives it out of the park.
Well, this has been a ball game of momentum shifts. Pride struck first with a run in the bottom of the first. The Bandits came back with 4 runs in the second. And with 2 home runs here in the fourth, the Pride have evened the tally at 4 runs apiece. Courtney Seo now in the 9-hole against Gascoigne. She grounded out in her first plate appearance. She's hitting .333 on the season. And what's the mentality now for Chicago, who had all the momentum before the bottom of the fourth began?
I think that the Bandits, I think right now you have a whole new ball game, and obviously the momentum has gone to the Florida Pride. And I think it's important that the Bandits limit the damage here and come back and regroup offensively.
1-1. One and two. Only one out here in the bottom of the fourth. 3 already in. On the ground, this could be trouble for Zimkowitz, but he's able to make the play and get the speedy Courtney Seo.
I like the depth that the middle infielders of the Chicago Bandits can cover on defense. We've seen them both make balls. We've seen Tammy Williams field the ball behind second base, and on that last play, how deep Zimkowitz was when she fielded that ball to get the speedy Courtney Seo.
So back to the top of the lineup. And a rare night that you see Natasha Wadley come to the plate, and she is yet to reach base. Normally getting aboard either with a hit, a walk, or just creating some chaos on the infield with her speed and getting on by an air. So far tonight, she's 0 for 2. She flew out in the first and struck out in the second.
Well, one of the things that makes Watley such a great hitter is her ability to adjust. What I like her right here, what she's doing is she's taking some pitches and being patient and just making sure she's seeing the ball.
Two and one.
There's that great off speed by Gascoigne.
And Watley is aboard for the first time in the ball game. And the Pride will bring their 7th batter to the plate here in the 4th. And I'm sure Cherry Glasgow is all smiles as you looked in the on-deck circle and realized that Caitlin Lowe back in the lineup. The Pride with so many Olympians on their roster, and overall, that's what's been so special about the NPF. Look at all these Olympians in the National Pro Fast Pitch League.
Well, you have one from Ayumi Carino, who played for Japan, 2 that have played for Canada, and Jen Salling and Danielle Laurie, and the rest, you can see them, all played for Team USA.
6 players for the USSSA Florida Pride, former Olympians, including Caitlin Lowe. And the relationship between the runner on first of the Pride and the batter, so special throughout the years. And when you played together for so many years, it's got to be amazing, the relationships and the chemistry that you can bring day to day to the game.
I think one of the things it builds is trust. You understand each other on the field, but off the field as well. I think you develop lifelong friendships.
And now what do you think about having Lowe and Natasha Wadley out there in the outfield together?
I think they're going to enjoy themselves this year.
1 and 2. Wadley on the move. Ground ball. Gonna have to hurry. No play. Base hit. And there's 2 on. With 2 out here in the 4th.
You see Lowe using the ground. She bounces the ball close to home plate, so she gets that high hop. And Cervantes charges it, but there's really nothing she can do because low speed is just too great down the line. And just like that, the Pride have runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Called strike to DeSalvatore. The Pride with their RBI leader from a season ago at the plate. We've seen Jerry Glasgow very aggressive on the base pass, I would say, so far this series against Chicago.
Yep, we've seen the Pride. They've stolen base twice so far this series. But I think with DeSalvatore up, she's a key RBI hitter. I think it's all about letting DeSalvatore try to hit right here.
And that's exactly what they'll do. Megan Wiggins comes in and makes the play to end the inning. But the Pride make a big move in the fourth. A 2-run home run by Kelly Crutchman and a solo shot by Jessica Schultz. And 4-4 is our score as we head to the fifth.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, we are the CF7.
Well, there's been nearly 2,000 on hand the first two nights here at the Del Diamond. It's the home of the AAA Round Rock Express, affiliated with the Texas Rangers. An absolutely gorgeous ballpark here as the Pride have continued an 8-game home road streak, if you will. I guess they played 4 games up in Dallas, and Big League Dreams took an off day, and now they'll play 4 games in 3 days. A doubleheader tonight. An important series for both these teams. They're still very early on in the season. And you talked about pressure last night as you see Megan Wiggins leading things off for Chicago. You said a team that, you know, has faced adversity and certainly maybe no pressure this early in the season, but they're 8-8 here in 2014. I'm sure it's not the type of record that Chicago looked to start the season with, but if you can take 2 tonight, you're 10-8, and you'd split so far this season with the Pride. It's amazing how tonight can really change the complexion early on, maybe at least thought-wise for the Chicago Bandits.
I think if you're the Bandits, you have to understand where you are getting to know each other as a team. They have several players that play over in Japan, in Megan Wiggins, Andy Williamson and Monica Abbott, so they came into the season late. Michelle Gascoigne, she coaches at the University of Oklahoma. She came in late, so really it was a young rookie staff they had to start the season. And then everybody's gotten together, so I really think they're starting to gel. And I don't think you should get too concerned with wins and losses. I really think you just want to start putting the pieces of the puzzle together and find out how good you can be.
Well, we told you that we felt like Megan Wiggins really needed to get going tonight for Chicago. So far, she's 0 for 3 as she flies out to left field. Let's take a look at the early NPF standings. Granted, we haven't even reached July yet, and the Pride getting off to a good start, 14-4. And right now, the battle in the middle is between the Bandits and the Akron Racers.
Well, the Racers getting off to one of the best starts they've had in years. Picking up an off-season trade in Narissa Myers, who's second in the league in home runs. She's been a nice addition to the Racers.
Racers with the early lead tonight over the Pennsylvania Rebellion. Here's Kristen Butler, 0 for 2 tonight. Made a couple big plays at the plate, though, and that's off the glove of Andrea Duran. And that'll be scored in air. Well, we're going to see Alex Booker come in to run once again for Chicago. She's made an appearance now in all 3 games. So Booker will come in and provide some speed for Chicago. Here's Brittany Cervantes, who's had a big night tonight. She had the home run earlier, pop up into right field for out number 2.
Well, I really like the move about bringing Chelsea Thomas in for Olivia Galati because she has really stymied the Bandits hitter since she's entered the game.
Chelsea Thomas now will face the other Bandit home run hitter in Tammy Williams. She's gotten aboard twice in this ball game. Williams 1 for 2. And she's well ahead of the count, 2-0. Just about even numbers on the line score tonight. 8 hits for Chicago, 1 hit for USSSA. And both of these teams have an air tonight.
Keep working, Charles. Keep working, Charles.
Early in the ball game, the Bandits are hoping this is going to be a turning point, and it still very well may be, as Williams is aboard for the 3rd time in the game. Booker will hold at 3rd, and they're on the corners with 2 outs.
Well, Tammy Williams, although she didn't collect some hits early in this series, she has swung a good bat, and tonight she's getting those base hits. And that's what happens when you have quality at bats. Later on in another game, you'll collect your fair share of hits, and that's exactly what's happening with Tammy Williams tonight.
So Williams at 1st and Booker at 3rd.
We see the Pride taking a little timeout because Williams has great speed at 1st, so definitely she's a threat to steal, and Booker pinch running at 3rd. She has great speed as well. We'll see Jerry Glasgow come out to the mound. Have a little chat with Chelsea Thomas and Jessica Schultz.
Danielle Laurie is overthrowing in the USSSA Pride bullpen. And so Jay Glasgow just maybe trying to slow down the momentum.
And if I'm goaler right here as a batter, I want to see if the runners, if I can give Tammy Williams a chance to run, but we're not going to see that.
1 pitch, and the 3rd out is made. Shipman over to the Salvatore, and that retires the side. We're tied at 4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Get ready for world-class softball, Southern style. The National Pro Fast Pitch Championship is coming to the Hoover Met Stadium in Hoover, Alabama, August 20th through the 23rd. You'll watch the best players on the planet battle it out for the championship trophy. Players like All-American and Olympians Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott. Don't miss the NPF Championship August 20th through the 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets now at npfchampionship.com.
Bottom of the 5th here from the Dell Diamond. Michelle Gascoigne is hoping for a better 5th inning than she had in the 4th inning, where the Pride were able to score 3 runs on a home run by Kelly Crutchman and a home run by Jessica Schultz that tied the ball game. No matter which lineup you're looking at, there's really not any easy spots, as Madison Shipman will start off action here in the 5th. Gascoigne, her 24th pitch in relief is a called strike, and that's probably one of the big keys for her. She needs to just get in there, bear down, and start throwing strikes.
There we see Gascoigne's changeup. Madison Shipman robbed of a home run her last at bat by Emily Allard in left field.
One and two. One ball, two strikes to the softball Honda Award winner and the SEC Softball Player of the Year, Madison Shipman. We'll be on our way to Los Angeles after this series with Chicago to accept the award. Popped up and caught by Megan Wiggins for the first out of the inning. Be able to see Madison Shipman accept that award on CBS Sportsnet.
Well, and it's exciting time. The Honda Award is given to the top female athlete. One award given to 12 sports in college softball. And from those 12 winners from each sport, they will give out a Honda Cup to the top collegiate athlete of the year.
0-1 to Andrew Duran, who is 2 for 2 tonight. She came in on the 2-run home run. By Kelly Crutchman an inning ago. And she's had a big series so far against Chicago. Well, Duran danced out of the way. And for her efforts, she took a called strike. Got her swinging. 2 away here in the 5th.
A great job by Gascoigne. We talk about the spin of her ball and the way it moves. Take a look at this movement as she finishes off Duran on the outside corner.
Here's Crunchman, who really shifted the momentum an inning ago. She's had a perfect 2 for 2 night, including 2 RBIs batted in.
We talked about Crutchman being the all-time home run leader at Alabama, but I think in her latter years in the NPF, she's become more of a hitter that hits for average, has doubles power, always clutch in an RBI situation, but in her last at bat, she demonstrated she's still got the power. Pitch comes outside. She just fouls it off.
Gascoigne looking for back-to-back strikeouts. And a quick 1, 2, 3, 5th inning. Gets the grab over to Cervantes, and the inning over. Gascoigne gets the pride in order. We head to the 6th. We got a good one here from the Dell Diamond. 4-4 our score.
USSSA is the world's premier sports organization with over 4 million participants. The top youth baseball stars compete at the Wilson DeMarini Elite World Series and the Louisville Slugger Championship, looking to qualify for the USSSA National Youth Championships. In fast pitch, the top teenagers are on the field with USA Select, and the best in the world are on the USSSA Florida Pride. Nationwide Conference USSSA provides the ultimate challenge in slow pitch softball. At every level, you play the best when you play USSSA.
In the nation, we reward safe driving. Add vanishing deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off every year of safe driving, which means you could save a lot of Benjamins. We put members first because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
USSSA members, you could save money on your auto insurance. Call a local Nationwide agent or 1-866-633-5747.
Well, it's been a good one tonight. The Pride got on the board first. Andrea Duran helped the Pride score their first run of the ball game as she scored Caitlin Lowe from second. But this big play by Butler ended the Pride threat, and then the Bandits finally got their bats going.
Well, Cervantes led the way. She hits one over the center field fence, and right after that, it's Tammy Williams with a shot of her own, clearing the right field wall.
Chicago pushed across 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning, and they were up with a comfortable 4-1 advantage until the bottom of the 4th. And that's when the Pride got going with a 2-run shot by Kelly Crutchman.
Well, Crutchman set the tone, and then Jessica Schultz in her second year in the NPF launches a home run. And I think that's what we have here. We have 2 of the best teams in the NPF, and they're showing us why here tonight offensively.
And we've waited all series long for the opportunity to see Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott face off against one another. And now we have the potential maybe to see that late in the ball game, as it could go down to great pitching to decide this one.
I think we definitely, because it's a close ball game, both teams wanting to come away with the win here in this first game tonight. I think we could see either one enter the game to close this out.
Galen Castillo will start off action here in the 6th inning. One for one so far tonight with a double. He's behind though in the count here, 1-2. You think about what Chelsea Thomas has done though in relief. She has been the same lights out that Kalani Ricketts was in game number 1. That's probably one of the biggest challenges on both these teams right now, is there's so many talented players that are all fighting to become the big star that is the role player that plays day to day.
Well, I think that's one of the things that's great against the NPF is they do have a lot of games for these women to get their reps in. And I think that's one of the responsibilities of the coaches, is to get everybody in and find out who's going to be your winning formula when it comes down time for the championship series.
Payoff pitch, and an inning leadoff walk issued to Keelan Castillo. So the go-ahead run is aboard, and Chicago is going to go to their bench and bring in a pinch runner in RT Quintillo, who had that brilliant throw last night.
Well, Cantillo had an Ole Miss, and she's had a great start for the Bandits in her rookie season, seeing some time in left field and doing a nice job offensively.
So Cantillo at first, and here's Cheyenne Coyle, who singled her last time up. And Chicago trying to play a little small ball here, and Coyle's going to get another opportunity. Now the bunt is likely taken off. Execution is so important, especially in these tight ball games. We're in the 9-hole here, so Chicago's just trying to get the top of their lineup 2 cracks potentially at pushing across the go-ahead run.
You see Coyle take the angle of her bat back towards the catcher, and that's what lofts the ball up into the air into foul territory.
And the 0-2 inside, it's 1-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Thomas is still in command here in the top of the 6th. But we're at that point where the game could change on a moment's notice. And she's down on strikes. A called strike 3. The Bandit third baseman unable to execute.
Take a look at this pitch with 2 strikes to Cheyenne Coyle. Thomas going inside. And in the strike zone in the NPF, that's a good call.
Back to the top of the lineup, and Emily Allard. She singled in the 2nd. She's still hitting above 400 on the season. And she, just like a player like Watley and Lowe, could lay down a bunt and essentially go as either a sacrifice or have the opportunity to beat it out for a base hit. So she brings that extra dimension to this scenario.
She is similar in the fact that she can do the soft bounce, she can do the short slap, but she can also do a power slap. In an RBI situation, she can drive it through.
And that's what she tries to do here, but Shipman fields it cleanly. The only play is to first, and they say that they got her. Just by a fraction.
And you can see by the emotion of Emily Allard, she clearly disagrees with that call. And unfortunately, the third baseman's in the way of that shot. Not sure if we have it on any other camera, but definitely a close play at first base. But Allard moves the runner into scoring position.
Danielle Zimkowitz takes the called strike. Let's take another look.
That's a tight call at first. But you can see right there with Allard, she wanted that one. And you feel that as a runner when you go through the base. You can feel if your foot hits the bag before the catcher catches the ball in her glove. So a lot of times when you see that emotion by a runner, they're right.
So Zimkowitz is at the plate. And if she could pick up her 5th RBI of the season, she'd give Chicago the lead for the 2nd time in the ball game. Thomas has fallen behind 2-1. Big pitch there, evens the count at 2-2. Cantillo is at second as the Bandits try to take the lead. Instead, this is going to be grounded. CEO over to the Salvatore, inning over. Chicago strands an opportunity. It'll be the Pride's turn to try to take the lead in the bottom of the 6th when we come back.
Get ready for world-class softball, Southern style. The National Pro Fast Pitch Championship is coming to the Hoover Mat Stadium in Hoover, Alabama, August 20th through the 23rd. You'll watch the best players on the planet battle it out for the championship trophy. Players like All-American and Olympians Kat Osterman and Monica Abbott. Don't miss the NPF Championship August 20th through the 23rd. Make sure you get your tickets now at npfchampionship.com.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, we are the CF7.
Well, they're having a lot of fun tonight at the Dell Diamond, the AAA home for the Round Rock Express. Great crowd on hand watching the National Pro Fast Pitch League here And the Lone Star State, RT Cantillo, staying in right field. Such a big night, Barb, that they're getting treated to 2 ball games tonight, an NPF doubleheader. And we'll have both games for you live as well tonight. Second game is scheduled for about 30 minutes after the conclusion of this ball game.
NPFchampionship.com. There are lots of great events and great ticket packages. That's NPFchampionship.com.
Michelle Gascoigne really recovered from a rocky 4th inning in the 5th as she went through the Pride in order, getting a 1, 2, 3, 5th as she got Shipman, Duran, and Kretschmann. It'll be 7, 8, and 9 for the Pride here in the 6th. And Kristen Sandberg hit by pitch. That was one of the things that she was known for early in her professional career.
Well, she sees a lot of inside pitches because of her great power, so pitchers keep it tight. And that's why a lot of times you see her take it as she does right there. That's a big situation because the Pride had 7, 8, 9, and I was just about to say you don't want to get back to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 6th inning to bring up Natasha Watley, followed by Caitlin Lowe. That could put a lot of pressure on the Bandits defense.
Well, as Sharonda McDonald comes into pinch run, that's probably one of the biggest upgrades this season for the Pride, is they have so much more speed on the base paths than they ever have had in their franchise's history.
McDonald in her 6th year in the NPF. She spent time with the Akron Racers for 3 years and the Force for 2 years.
And the 2 former Oklahoma Sooners will battle once again. And Jessica Schultz has won both of the battles tonight. 2 aboard and nobody out here in the 6th inning.
And what I like about Jessica Schultz, and I said this last night, she's coming up to bat and wasting no time. In her last 3 at-bats, she has swung at the first pitch, and it's no different here. And they're bringing in Amanda Kamikona to pinch hit, and she is a power hitter. So for some teams, depending on your arsenal coming up to bat, it's a sacrifice situation. But with Kamikona, I have to say she's swinging the bat in this situation.
Well, we saw her come in pinch hit on Thursday night, hitting a 2-run home run that helped give the Pride a little bit of distance in what was a tight ball game, a 3-1 contest at that moment. And the 28-year-old from UCLA will try to give the Pride the lead here in the bottom of the 6th.
Gascoigne really wants to be careful, falling behind 2-0 in this situation with the free swinging Kamikona.
2-0. And finally a called strike.
A nice job by Gascoigne, painting the outside corner.
There's not a whole lot of room for error this late in the ball game. This is what Amanda Kamikona did on Thursday night. Opposite field, and that took Monica Abbott out of the ball game as the Pride went on to cruise to a 7-1 win. Two. Got her swinging.
A nice job by Michelle Gascoigne. She fell behind 2-0, fought her way back to 2-2, and she comes with a rise ball in the outside corner to finish off Kamikona up to bat.
And so the Pride go back to the top of the lineup, and Natasha Watley. Into left, Emily Allard took a step in, then goes back, and quickly it goes from a big jam to the Bandits 1 out away from bringing us to the 7th inning, still with a tie ball game.
The head coach of the Pride, Jerry Glasgow, he's a hitting guy, and what he did in this situation is instead of going for a sacrifice and giving two batters an opportunity to hit somebody in with a runner in scoring position, he's giving 3 batters this opportunity, and the third one being Caitlin Lowe.
See if it pays off. Lowe back in the lineup after missing the first 2 nights, and Kristen Butler with a stop there that saved 2 runners potentially being scoring position there. Swing and a miss. It's 1-1. The Pride got their first 2 base runners aboard here in the bottom of the 6th. But Michelle Gascoigne's trying to close the door. Time is called by Lowe. And Butler wants to talk things over as the train starts rolling through here at the Dell Diamond.
I think they give an extra toot every time they get close to the stadium. Let everybody know they're coming through.
Everybody clap your hands.
One strike away from getting out of a huge jam late in the ball game. As Gascoigne with an opportunity for back-to-back strikeouts against one of the all-time great center fielders. 2-2, got her swinging with the off-speed pitch. And after the Pride get the first 2 aboard, Michelle Gascoigne gets out of the jam. A big pitch by Michelle Gascoigne keeps us tied as we head to the 7th.
I dream. I dream. I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
It was a lifetime in the making.
4 years of over-the-top hard work, dedication, and sweat. Together we fought to the end and rose to the top.
A national championship is something that we dreamed about, but we knew it wasn't over. How can you hang them up when you're just getting started?
Now, here we are again, fighting for an NPF championship.
The hard work, dedication, and sweat starts all over again.
We've been to the top before, we'll be there again.
And when we got to the bigs and it was our show, we knew there's no other equipment that we choose.
Well, we got a good one tonight here in the 7th. 4-4 ball game as Chicago and USSSA meeting here in the Lone Star State, a rematch of last year's NPF Championship Series.
Well, you take a look at those numbers there. 4 runs for each team, 9 hits for the Bandits, 8 for the Pride, and it goes back to the first time these teams met earlier in the year when they played a 4-game series. They split, each team taking 2. Both teams had the same amount of strikeouts. Both teams had the same amount of hits. So when both these teams are on, it's very, very close competition.
Both these teams still have Monica Abbott and Kat Osterman in the wings. The potential of bringing those 2 in to seal the deal late in the ball game. And we talked about Megan Wiggins in the onset, the reigning NPF Player of the Year. It hasn't been her year so far in 2014, but very early on, and she could change all that right here in the 7th inning. Thomas has been very good in relief, however.
I think anytime a great hitter's not hitting, you always have to be concerned of when she'll break through.
1 ball, 1 strike. Both these teams will have the heart of their lineup here in the 7th. It's Wiggins, Butler, and Cervantes for Chicago. And as you see Chelsea Thomas retire Megan Wiggins. And for the Pride, to Salvatore, Shipman, and Duran.
That's a big out, getting Megan Wiggins. And getting the leadoff batter out, especially with the power of the Bandits coming up this inning.
Here's Kristen Butler. Can she get it done here in the 7th with her bat? We've already seen a number of fantastic performances for her with her glove this weekend, including robbing a home run, laying out for a double play, and a couple of great stops at home plate. Here's a look at her defense.
There you see her game 1, saving a home run over the right field fence. Take another look. And then it was last night, that fantastic play she had at the plate, getting Brigette Washington on a great throw from RT Cantillo, but obstruction was called, and that really changed the momentum of the game.
3-0 here to Butler. And she must have liked the pitch because she took the cut.
Well, she's swinging away 3-0, and if you're feeling good and you get the green light, why not? I think sometimes you got to keep a pitcher honest. Sometimes we see the pitchers just lay it in there nice and fat, 3-0.
All of the Bandits' offense came in the 4th, where they sent all of Chicago's lineup, all 9 players, to the plate. And now the go-ahead run is aboard here in the 7th as Kristen Butler draws a walk. Just the 2nd walk issued by Chelsea Thomas. Now the one that started the rally is at the plate as Kat Osterman continues to get loose down in the Pride's bullpen, as well as Danielle Laurie. Kat Osterman last night 7 innings pitched with 11 strikeouts. This one hit well, hit deep and gone. Brittany Cervantes with her 2nd home run of the night. And Chicago is back on top 6-4.
Big hit by Cervantes. I like what she's doing up to bat. She's being aggressive. And the Bandits, they put themselves in a tough situation with that losing that 3-run lead, but right here in the 7th inning, Cervantes gives them another 2-run lead, and they still have more to follow here in the 7th inning.
Well, these two players went back to back in the 2nd inning as Cervantes with her 2nd big swing of the night, and that's why she leads the league in home runs and RBIs.
It was a beautiful shot, and she should be all smiles in that dugout. It's a great feeling, and it's a big hit.
Can Tammy Williams follow again? Off-speed pitch, they appeal down to 3rd, and they say no, she didn't go. It's 2-1. Base hit. And Tammy Williams is aboard again. The 4th time she's reached base in this ball game.
I had a chance to talk to Tammy Williams before the game, and she said we're not going to let these 2 losses that we've had here get us down. And it's some of the things that we talked about. We're a young team. We're just kind of gelling. We're just starting to find our way. But we know when we get it together how good we can be.
And it is a long season. The goal is the NPF Championship Series in Birmingham, Alabama. And we haven't even hit July.
Yeah, this being the 5th week of the season.
I guess the Championship Series technically in Hoover, which is in the outskirts of Birmingham, Alabama.
And a lot of people really focus on the regular season, but it's all about peaking August 20th to 23rd.
Big cut. Gohler was going for her second home run of the inning, right there on that one swing. Just got a piece of it, and the count remains 1-2. Got her. Called strike 3, out number 2 here in the 7th.
Great call by Schultz behind the plate, and for Thomas on the mound, way to deliver a big changeup in that situation to Elisa Gohler. Take a look at this changeup coming in, and it just froze Gohler. She's unable to pull the trigger as you see her hands drop.
The 4th strikeout of the ball game for Chelsea Thomas. And now she'll face Artie Quintillo. One and one. And really, the outlook of this entire series for Chicago has changed here in the 7th. As you see Tammy Williams on her way to second, in with a stolen base, and she thought about taking third, but good backup there by Courtney Seal. Because for Chicago now, they have the lead. If they can get these next 3 outs, they have the opportunity to potentially throw Monica Abbott and end up at the end of the day with a 2-2 split in the series.
And I think that's a long way away, but I think that, you know, if you're looking ahead, I think that's a good possibility and something they're excited about, having the ability to start Abbott next game. But first they've got to be able to close out this game right here.
And we haven't heard officially who the starter for either one of these teams will be. But both these squads with plenty of options. Almost bowled to home plate there by Thomas. Counts 3-2. Grounded to third, and Duran picks it up in foul territory. Three and two. He draws the walk, and the inning continues for Chicago. Pride not quite out of the woodwork yet. They'll have to face Cheyenne Coyle. After only 2 hits last night for Chicago, they have 11 hits tonight.
And I think here we're going to see a change as Jenny Gladding coming out of the dugout and making a visit to the mound.
And it's going to be Danielle Laurie coming in relief for USSSA. A big inning for Chicago so far. Brittany Cervantes has extended the lead. It's 6-4 as Laurie tries to come in to close the door.
I dream. I dream. I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I dream NPF.
I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. I play USSSA. Come join all of us. Dream NPF, play USSSA.
Most revolutionary thing to happen to sports since the invention of the net. BowNet. Play anywhere, play now. With over 45 styles to choose from in all sports, BowNet is durable, portable, and simple. It sets up in just 60 seconds. See how BowNet's revolutionary patent design has made it the fastest growing supplier of sports nets in the industry. Visit bownet.net to see the complete lineup.
Danielle Laurie in relief. She's worked 10 innings so far with a 5.60 ERA. She looked very good in her season debut.
Well, Laurie, a power pitcher, has the ability to move the ball in and out, but also a fantastic rise ball. Laurie took a year off last year. She got married, had a baby girl named Madison. She actually met her husband here at Dell Diamond. He used to play here, Drew Locke, and tomorrow they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. So good memories here for Danielle Laurie.
She'll face Cheyenne Coyle as the Bandits have already pushed across 2 runs here in the 7th inning. One and one. Talk about taking a year off away from the game, and obviously Danielle Laurie, one of the best pitchers in the history of the Pac-12, a Canadian Olympian and a phenomenal pitcher in the NPF, but still there's a bit of adjusting to be done, especially with the consolidated season the NPF is. You're spending more than a year away from the game, essentially.
Well, and I think as a pitcher, I think that's really tough because it's so much more of an art pitching, where I think the other positions are a lot more of a skill.
1 and 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the infield, caught byCio. It'll be to Salvatore, Shipman, and Duran for the Pride in the 7th inning. Trying to chase 2 after a 2-run home run by Brittany Cervantes gave Chicago a 6-4 lead.
This is our turf. Day in, day out, we show up. We are here to make an impact, to leave an undeniable mark on the game. We are power. We are performance. We are determined. Together, We are the CF7.
Well, Brittany Cervantes goes yard not just once, but twice so far tonight. And it's Chicago leading 6-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. But before they pick up their first win in this series, they'll need to get through the heart of the Pride lineup. Gianna DeSalvatore, Madison Shipman, and Andrea Duran here in the bottom of the 7th against Michelle Gascoigne for Chicago.
And for Gascoigne, she really settled in. Once she got that one inning under her belt, she's really come in. We've seen a lot of great movement on her pitches.
One ball, one strike. The former UCLA Bruin. Gascoigne really got into trouble in the 4th inning. That's where the Pride hit 2 home runs in the inning. A 2-run shot by Kelly Crutchman and a solo shot by Jessica Schultz helped tie the ball game. But the Bandits clawed back with 2 of their own in the top of the 7th. And Chicago is now 3 outs away from their first win here in this series.
And I think what we've seen so far in this game is what the Bandits are made out of. They were down 2-0 in this series. They came up, put 4 runs on the board for a 4-1 lead. And the Pride really came back, hammered some home runs, tied it up, threatened to score in the bottom of the 6th.
DeSalvatore trying to get one back. If it stays fair, it's gone, but that one hooked at the last moment.
So the Bandits hold the Pride in the bottom of the 6th, and then it's their turn in the 7th to try to win the game, and that's exactly what they do with Cervantes' big blow.
Two and two. Full count. And the danger here is if you get a runner aboard, the tying run would come to the plate. And some huge bats due up next for the USSSA Pride.
Take a look at that changeup. Great placement, just missing low with 2 strikes.
Got her for out number 1. The 4th strikeout of the ball game for Michelle Gascoigne.
Shortstop number 44, Madison Shipman.
Madison Shipman, first pitch swinging into right field. And RT Cantillo, I think she misjudged it at first, but she was able to recover for the 2nd out. And now Chicago needs 1 more.
Third baseman number 28, Andrea Duran.
Andrea Duran at the plate with 2 outs. Gascoigne looking for the win tonight against the Pride, and it's going to be into right. RT Cantu hauls it in, and what a comeback win for Chicago. Brittany Cervantes with 2 home runs tonight as Chicago goes on to win 6-4.
Well, what I like about the Bandits is we saw their character tonight. They are fighters. They came out, they pounded out 11 hits offensively, and when the Pride punched them, they found a way to punch back late in the game and take this game.
A big win for Chicago. Their first win of the series. Doubleheader coming your way at the bottom of the hour at 8:30 Eastern. We hope you join us then here from the Dell Diamond. Chicago takes game 1, 6-4 for Barbara Jordan and our entire crew. Bernie Gunther saying so long for now. We'll see you in about a half an hour at the bottom of the hour for game 2 of this doubleheader.